this is probably as good as it gets in National League Speedway.
Okay, well, an opportunity to talk to Ben Wilson here at the Isle of Wight Press and Practice Day, and Ben comes into the Warriors side as the new number one, and looking forward to the season, I guess.
I just can't wait to get it started. You know, I'm just keen to get going. You know, it's the furthest club I've ever ridden for in my career, and I'm just super looking forward to it. It's a well-run club, and it's a big track. It's a fast track, and I love it.
Big track suit your style?
Yeah, to say I got brought up on the biggest in the country and the fastest in the country, Sheffield Speedway. You know, I've done all my career there, and just, you know, I'm used to them big ones.
Today's the first time out on a bike, I think, for you, isn't it? So I guess the muscles are starting to ache and the legs are starting to pull a little bit, or will that be tomorrow morning?
It'll be definitely tomorrow morning, you know, but it's not what I'm used to. You know, I've been doing this a lot of years now, and the first couple of outings, you know, after a long break over the winter, no matter how much training you do in the gym or whatever, it's still not the same as riding a bike, you know, and my arms tightened up a lot in the first couple of outings, and then I loosened up and it's all good.
Yeah. Thursday is the individual opening meeting here on the Isle of Wight, and there's some pretty good riders coming into it, so that'll be a good test for you in your number one position to see how you stack up against those guys.
Yeah, you know, it's beat them all before, so I can beat them all again, you know.
It'd be good to take that trophy back to Sheffield.
Yeah, it'd be lovely, but also for the Isle of Wight fans, as I'm representing the island this year as their number one. You know, it's not only silverware for me, but it's silverware for them as well.
Well, great to have you on the island, Ben. We do hope you have a very, very successful season, and good luck all the way through.
Thank you.
Okay, well, here at Press and Practice on the Isle of Wight, I've been able to find Tyler Govier, and Tyler's going to have a quick word with us ahead of the season. Now, Tyler, back on the island for 2017. 2016 didn't quite end the way that you wanted it to with injury, but no doubt looking forward to going forward in 2017.
Yeah, for sure. You know, last year I suffered with quite bad concussion, actually, which sadly ruled me out for the rest of the season. But yeah, you know, I was quite surprised to get the phone call from the Isle of Wight again and come back for 2017. So looking forward to it.
You've been out on the track today, and you've had a number of laps out there, and you looked pretty good, if I may say so. How did you feel?
Yeah, really comfortable actually. You know, I've had a long time off the bike. The only times I've actually ridden over the winter has been in Australia, and the tracks over there are like completely different to the UK. So. Yeah, it's just nice to be back riding in the UK again, and hopefully have a good year.
Any aspirations for the year ahead?
Yeah, you know, I'd like to sort of double my average, and move into the more into the main body of the team. You know, like pushing for like heat leader positions. So yeah, that's my goals for this year.
Well, we'll have to see you established up in the top 5 as a permanent fixture there. And it's great to have you back on the Isle of Wight for 2017. Stay safe and enjoy your Speedway.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, well, James Cockle, skipper of the Warriors, joins us for press and practice day here on the island, and back here again in 2017 after a quite successful 2016.
Yeah, it was quite a successful one for myself. I'd like the club to have finished a bit higher in the league, but it is what it is. It was successful in itself, just coming back to the Isle of Wight and the Isle of Wight opening again. Obviously, there was no other place for me, to be honest. I probably would have jacked in Speedway if I didn't come back, to be honest. Barry knows that. I've already said that to him. So when he don't want me here no more, I won't be back riding. I'm looking forward to it. I'm loving it. Obviously, that's why I'm coming back. So and he wants me back. So I need to make him proud and score as many points as I can.
He's changed the team a little bit from last year and brought in Ben Wilson and Nathen Greaves up at the top end, and that's going to give the Warriors some firepower everywhere we go.
Definitely, you know, Greaves is riding in the Elite League as well, which I think he's already done 3 or 4 meetings and we've had press day. So that's a bonus for us as a club. He's a good rider as well, he's fast. So hopefully he can bang in big points as well as Ben. I know Ben from 2007 at Sheffield, so he can do it. So he's the man for the job at number 1. And then you've got myself, which I'd like to hope that I can keep up with them boys and put the points in that I think that they can put in as well. Which hopefully if we all score 10, that's 30 points just between 3 of us. You know, you win meetings with the rest of the team. Chris, obviously, he was flying the end of last year. Got his gremlin solved and he's a brilliant second string. So Tyler's had to move up at number 2, I think, if that's right. Might be a hard task, but I have faith that he can do it. He's young. And when you're young, you have bigger balls than us old ones. So hopefully that will take over and help him score points. We've got Rik Mullins. I've rode with Rik a couple of times over the years. Been great when I've rode with him, so hopefully he can bag some points down at reserve. And then our question mark, who will it be? I don't know.
The management will decide.
Exactly.
And I've got to say, James, you've been out there this afternoon. It hasn't been the most successful of afternoons for you, what with an off and a little bit of mechanical problems, but plenty of time to put those right ahead of Thursday night when you defend that Vince Mapley trophy.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to defend it, but I'll probably say there's more pressure this year than it was last year because I didn't win it before. So yeah, definitely it would be nice to win it, but there's some good riders in the lineup this year. I'm not saying they weren't last year. I surprised myself, but yeah, I had a few gremlins today. I've got a brand new bike there that I ain't even been able to ride yet. So we're trying to solve that now, actually, as I speak to you. So it needs to be right for next week. I can't have a day like I've had today, bike-wise, especially when you spent all winter trying to get all 3 together and have 3 bikes ready to go, all exactly the same. There's not many riders out there that do have that. So we've worked hard. And we've got some good sponsors this year. We've got SBS EPOS, Jane Harvey, Tony Cook, who's sitting down there, which I had a little bit of a pop at, but it's not his fault. It's my own fault because I lose my rag easy. But we'll have to see what happens and go from there.
Well, it just shows that you've got the passion for it and the passion for the Warriors as well.
Oh, of course I have. I've got goosebumps saying it now. Of course, I want to win everything, but sometimes that overrules my head. Need to chill out a little bit more, I think.
Well, you take a chill pill. Enjoy your Speedway in 2017. We'll talk again during the course of the season. Have a great time.
And hopefully it's a good one. Thank you. Pill taken.
Okay, well, back on the island for the press and practice day here on a glorious April afternoon. Chris Widman's come to join us and have a quick word about the season ahead. Chris, I guess this is probably one of your first blasts of the season. How do you find it?
It's the first proper one I've had. The other two lacking rides and then absolutely hammering down, so they weren't ideal. But today's been a good afternoon, you know. Got out on the bike that I want to use around here and you know, got everything worked out. So
last year a bit up and down really. You started out, I think it was at Mildenhall, then Stoke, then Mildenhall, then you came to the island and things started to improve at that stage and you settled down and you found a way of getting around this track, and obviously starting off on a solid base for 2017, that must be good for you.
I already had a bit of experience around here from 2013, which helped when I came back here. Obviously things didn't work out at Stoke, Mildenhall didn't work out either, so you know it was a no-go going anywhere else this winter than coming back here again, you know, because it's just a fun-filled evening on the island. So I mean, what's there not to like about it?
Well, you've got a fun-filled day tomorrow because you've got your first real meeting of the season over at Mildenhall. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's the call it the Fem Fours. Obviously a 14 tournament, and the sponsors sponsor the race jackets, and obviously it's similar to the world pairs that have where you know Monster sponsor a pair. And you know this one's the fours, and you know luckily enough we got quite a decent team. So hopefully today sharpen me up and we can get first bit of silverware this year.
Well, don't let that be your first piece of silverware and your only piece of silverware. It's the island where the silverware needs to come in 2017. So we're looking forward to seeing you go around here and have a great season.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, well, we're here on the Isle of Wight at press and practice day, and with me is the new warrior for 2017. It's Nathen Greaves. Nathen, welcome to the island. You've been a busy rider already this year.
Yeah, last week I did 4 matches for Wolves, plus an individual at Workington, so that's what I like. You know, it's been a long winter, so it's good to get back straight into it, and you know, I'm looking forward to National League starting as well.
Now, last year you came to the island, you had a pretty good meeting as I recall, and I think this is probably one of your favourite tracks, and you're looking forward to giving it a good go in 2017.
Yeah, every time I come I always seem to score really well. You know, always a club that I'd have liked to have been a part of, and that time is now, so like I say, I'm really looking forward to getting started.
The island track's one of the biggest ones in the league. Is that a preference for you, or do you like them small, or have you got no choice one way or the other?
Yeah, I'd probably prefer, you know, a bigger track. It's personally for me, I think it's easier, but you know, you got to ride them all, and that's why I'm at Wolves in Elite League. You know, a really different track for those of you who know who've been. You know, I've got 2 different track types, so I think that's the best way for me to go forward. But yeah, I love this track.
Now, next week, apart from the Islanders starting off in the individual meeting for the Mapley Trophy, you've got a big meeting coming up on Tuesday at Peterborough. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've got a match at Wolves the day before, so a good little warm-up. And then, Peterborough, under-21s, a meeting I'd like to win, to be honest. I think I come about 5th last year, but I'd like to win that one and get through to the final and see where I can come in final.
Yeah, Peterborough, another big track, so hopefully that'll be to your liking. It's great to welcome you onto the island and hope you have a great 2017 season. We look forward to you out on the circuit.
Me too, thank you.
We've come over to the Isle of Wight for Press and Practice Day, and Rik Mullins has joined me because, Rik, you're a new warrior for 2017, but you're not a new warrior entirely. You've been on the Isle of Wight racing before. Tell us what happened then and what's happened in the gap between then and now.
Obviously I was on the island, I think it was 2011 or 12. I was in and out of the team for a couple of years. After that I sort of lost a little bit of interest and sort of in and out of the sport really for a couple of years. But this year, sort of back, and obviously I've only been on the bike 5 or 6 times since then, so it's going to take a little bit to get back into the swing of it, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really pleased to be back with the Warriors. So,
what's been the trigger to get you back again? What's recaptured your motivation?
I don't know. I just think I've done probably too much too soon. Obviously, getting dropped in and out of the team knocked my confidence. Needed a bit of time out, and obviously the time out's done me good. It's made me want to come back and want it again. So,
you've been out there on the track this afternoon and had a number of laps around there. How did you find that?
Yeah, it was alright. It's a little bit rough in places, but the track's been like that. Well, it was like that when I was here last time. So once you sort of get used to where the bumps are again and where the holes are, it should be alright. So but it was great to be out there. Obviously, it's so far. So
Isle of Wight's a big one. Do you like the big ones or do you prefer the small ones?
No, I definitely prefer the bigger tracks. Yeah, I'm not great on the technical tracks. I prefer to just, with my style, sort of a little bit erratic. But I suppose I get away with it a little bit more on the bigger track. So, yeah.
Well, 2017 is going to be the year when you conquer those small tracks, and you'll be doing a good job for the Warriors if you can actually do that. So it's great to see you on the island. We hope you have a very successful and a long-term situation here at Smallbrook, and good luck for the year.
Brilliant, thanks a lot. Cheers.
Okay, well, Jamie Sealey's come to join me here on Press and Practice Day here on the Isle of Wight. Jamie, first of all, whereabouts are you based?
I'm based just in Newbury, so about an hour away from Portsmouth, then straight on a ferry from here.
And your previous experience in Speedway, what's that?
I used to ride at youth level up to I was about 18, 19, until Reading closed down. And I kind of stopped riding then. I've just literally started. I've done a couple of training schools here, and then I got invited down today.
And you've been out on track. You had a blast round. You had a couple of offs as well.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
A little bit bumpy today, so bumpier than it has been. So it caught me out a little bit, and come off a couple of times. So.
No injuries, no damage though.
No, a bit of a sore bottom, and damaged my pride a little bit, but I'm okay. Yeah.
What's your plans for 2017?
Just to keep improving, really. I'm really happy with how I've been riding, actually. I kind of surprised myself at how well I've been doing. So, I think there's quite a lot of improvement to be made. So, just keep going as we are.
Well, it's great to see you on the island, Jamie. I'm glad you've enjoyed your afternoon out there, even if you have had a couple of tumbles. But good to see you. Hope you have a successful 2017, and maybe we see you back on the island again soon.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, well, we're here on the island at Press and Practice Day, and the new Warriors team manager, Jackie Vatcher's come to join us and have a quick word ahead of the new 2017 season. And Jackie, you've had a chance to look at all the guys who've been out on show today, and what are your first impressions?
Wow, they all went really well. Our top three are doing what we knew they would. And obviously Tyler has to up his game this year, so we need him to be on it, and he looked fast out there today. Chris is Chris, he's brilliant round here anyway. And then obviously looking for our number 7, we've got 3 out there. They've all been having a little go. We've got a rough idea who we might be choosing. So.
But overall, happy for a first outing for most of the guys, and looking forward to Thursday when we've got the individual trophy and all those riders will be out having their first official meeting of the season.
Yes, of course. Very happy with them all today. They all seemed happy themselves. They're all enjoying it round there. Like they said, they're not racing, so it'll be different once they're racing. A bit more dirt out there. That's what they're all saying. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, conditions were difficult today really, because it's been a beautiful hot day here. As soon as the water went down on the track, it was almost drying out straight away, so it was making it very, very slick, and the guys weren't really able to use any of the dirt line as such. But you've got a team by the look of it who will all like the looks of Smallbrook, because they all want to give it a go.
Definitely, they're all like they all like to get out on that dirt, so which is what we need, and also it gives us a team advantage because of it.
Have you done any team bonding with them yet?
No, we're just all going for a meal in a minute, so then we will be having our team bonding, and I've got plenty to say to them.
Well, KFC are open for business. They're only over the road, so I hope they don't sell out. And I'd just say thank you to Jackie.
Thank you very much.
We'll talk again during the course of the year, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will.
Hope you have a good meal.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The interview we're going to do now is with one of the main men here on the Isle of Wight, Barry Bishop, a co-promoter. And Barry, today we've had press and practice here on the island. It's been a gorgeous day, and it's been a very successful one, both in terms of riders out on track and people coming to watch.
Yeah, I was overwhelmed this time with the amount of people that came here. It must be 150 or something like that, which was brilliant. And the guys on the track performed really well. I was very pleased with all of them. They all got dialed in quite quickly. James had a couple of issues early on, but fixed them and looked very, very quick. Rik Mullins was great, and Ben and Nathen all were on the money. Yeah. So, and also, to be fair, Tyler was really, really quick today. Really, really impressed with him. And so was Chris. So now we just need to make the decision of who's going to be number 7. I've made the decision, but I need to tell that person first.
Yeah, of course you do. And it's building really on the successes of 2016, isn't it, Barry? Because as 2016 rumbled on, so the progression occurred here on the island. Things happened, volunteers came forward, crowds increased, results got better, and we've gone into 2017 on the crest of a wave, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's been... we haven't stopped all winter. We've had schools and marketing and sponsorship, and it really didn't stop. So we've continued the momentum, both on and off the island, and that's proved dividends. And as we built up last year, the crowd levels increased every single week, which was fantastic. And we have targets to do that again this season. So the objective is to both do well and do equally as well off the track as on it.
And of course, My First Skid is proving to be a great asset to not only the club but the island as a whole, and it's giving people the opportunity to get their first chance of actually getting their leg over a speedway bike and having a go. Down to you, sir.
Well, it's down to many people. I'm probably the idea behind it all. It was my school from before. We just brought it and located it here. My First Skid has been massively successful on the Isle of Wight. Every time it sells out, we're oversubscribed each week. We probably have more regulars than most clubs. I mean, every time we have maybe 12 people that turn up week in, week out, and the rest of the guys come along. We had last week we had 30 here, which was the most we've ever done, which was fantastic. But we also have a great influx of youth, including the fact that we now have 4 500cc riders on the island. We have lots of junior spear riders as well coming through, all of them island based, and all of them are keen to progress, and they don't want to do motocross. They've switched perhaps from motocross to Speedway. They love Speedway, and so that tells me that Speedway has the opportunity to really grow here, and actually to really grow across the country. You just have to promote it and involve people as part of it.
Absolutely right. So, Barry, what's your message to the Warrior faithful as we go into 2017 season?
2017 season is going to be better than 2016 season, both on and off the track. We have really good sponsors behind us this year. We have upgraded our promotion with a fully integrated marketing suite. So everywhere you see will be the same Warrior logo. And that will only add to the strength of our branding across the island and Speedway in general. Where do I want to end up? Of course, I want to win the league, but playoffs is a definite for this year. I think we have the team that can achieve great heights this year. Really, I have high expectation. But we'll see. You know, we have to be fortunate with injuries, of course, and if we can stay injury-free, then we've got a really good shout.
Well, I'm a new boy to the island, and I'm excited. You're an old boy to the island. You must be super excited. So
I'm always excited. I just love it. I can't wait for it to start. And today was a catalyst of a lot of hard work that's gone in over recent weeks. And so it was great to see the boys on track. It's great to see them gelling. We're going to go and have something to eat together, and then we're going to have a party as always, the Warrior way. We love parties. And so we get the guys together tonight, and we can continue the good work.
great. Thanks, Barry. Thanks for your time, and look forward to a very exciting 2017.
Thank you.
Well, we've come over to the Isle of Wight for press and practice day here on a beautiful sunny April afternoon, and co-promoter Martin Widman has come to join us for a quick word about today and the season ahead. And Martin, you must be delighted with the turnout today, riders and spectators, and everything seems to have gone pretty well to plan.
I think it's been a beautiful day, beautiful afternoon. Obviously the good weather has brought quite a few people out. Just been talking to somebody that says there are people here they've never seen before at a Speedway meeting, so that's obviously good news for us. Bodes well for the season. I think that obviously when you run something like this in the daytime and it's hot and sunny and windy, you're always going to struggle with the track. It didn't do too badly. Obviously regular watering helps, but it's an annoyance, but I think you just have to accept the fact that it's going to be difficult to run. But a great turnout from the people, great turnout from the riders, they all look professionally set up, so it's looking good.
Yeah, 2016 was a building block really for the Isle of Wight club, and certainly it built up to a very high level by the end of the year, and the enthusiasm and the motivations have gone on right across the winter months as well, and you've been able with Barry to bring them into 2017, and there's a real buzz about Speedway on the island, and it certainly bodes well for the season ahead.
Yes, looking back to where we were at this time last year, we were struggling with all sorts of issues. We're months ahead of where we were last year, and from a merely practical point of view, things like paramedic, Red Cross, first aid support, all sorted months ago by a very enthusiastic bunch of people that want to support Speedway on the island. Behind the scenes, the band of volunteers that are stepping forward to help us both on track and off track is absolutely wonderful, because it means that Barry and myself aren't down. We are down here a lot, but we know that things can happen without us being here. So things like painting and weeding and putting banners up, putting banners all over the island, distributing flyers. It can't be done by Barry and myself. It has to be done by an island team, and the island team is getting bigger all the time. So that's great news.
The workforce have done a fantastic job over the winter months to improve the Smallbrook Stadium here. What would be your aspirations for 2017 from a promotional point of view?
I think what we would like to do is start off the season where we ended up last year in terms of crowds. In terms of other things, the retreat food outlet has been revamped, new menu. I think that will be very popular. I think we'd like to see some success a bit more success on the track. I think we have a solid team and quite a strong team. So I think I'd be looking to, move forward in a couple of the competitions and hopefully get some silverware at the end of the year.
Well, it would be absolutely fantastic for the Warriors if that was to be the case. You certainly seem to have a bunch of guys who out on the track today have been giving it a really good go to get themselves in shape for the season ahead. And I think we all club together and wish everybody the best for the season coming up, and hopefully we'll see success for the Warriors out on the circuit.
Yeah, and I think what behind it all, of course, is we're running these training schools fortnightly at the moment, and all but one of the kids riding was from the island, which is great news, and we've got some adults, youngsters riding again from the island that haven't been riding bikes very long, and you can see the improvement week in, week out, which is sort of building at the roots of what we're doing. So hopefully not too long we'll have an island rider riding for the Isle of Wight team.
Be brilliant, wouldn't it be brilliant to have that take place? So it's all coming together splendidly here on the island, and together we're looking forward to a fantastic 2017. Thanks, Martin. Enjoy your season.
Thank you. Cheers.